Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to DC Fans United. So today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite DC characters, Cyborg. So if you don't know, Cyborg is in the new Doom Patrol show, which is on the DC streaming app. Originally he wasn't on the Doom Patrol team, but they decided to include him on this show, which I actually think is a good idea. I know a lot of people don't really like the idea because he is not an original member of the Doom Patrol, but the Doom Patrol has had a lot of different rosters over the years, and aside from Cyborg, everyone on the team is pretty much a founding member, except for Crazy Jane, but she came in pretty soon anyways. So I think he makes a pretty good fit for, a couple of reasons, partially because every member of the team has a handicap in one way or another, some more significant than others, and obviously Cyborg has some very major handicaps. He has to rely on his cyborg parts to keep him going. So I'm going to start always including the sources I use in the description box. So if you're ever curious where I get my information from, you can just check the description and there'll be links there, just as an offhand thing, so you know. But in this case, there was a comicbook.com story, and they actually had Phil Morris himself that they interviewed, and he's the actor that plays Silas Stone, or Cyborg, on the show. So I thought that was more relevant than usual since they were actually talking to the guy himself. And they have a couple quotes from him, and what he said is he's talking about the show Doom Patrol, and he says, "It's not spoon-feeding you a lesson of how to save the universe, or how to save yourself, or how to save your team. They do it beyond themselves, in spite of themselves. They're dysfunctional as all get out, and I think that's more in keeping with the way the world is, as opposed to the world we want to see." That's what I love about Doom Patrol, and those characters are as interesting in their psychology as they are interesting in their special abilities. Yeah, it's really true. The Doom Patrol is a really unique team. I've always thought they were kind of cool, and it is neat to see that they're doing a series of all things on the Doom Patrol. So one thing, though, the main thing I wanted to talk about is Cyborg's origins have been changed for this show. Now, it's actually going back more towards his original origin. So what most people, myself included, in this point in time, are probably familiar with is his origins in the New 52, and you see it in Justice League, not Justice League, you see it in Batman versus Superman, and some other more recent things, when he's merged with the apocalypse technology and all that. What this seems to be going back towards is more the original, more Marv Wolfman story. So that appeared in New Teen Titans #7. So we have a panel from that here, and it's really gruesome. Like, a lot of people these days don't realize, but Teen Titans was pretty dark back in the day. So yeah, in this story, it's a little different. His mother is experimenting and opens up a portal, and that brings through a creature, and it hits her, and it gravely wounds Victor. So his dad fixes him up with all these machine parts, and he becomes Cyborg. So that's more what they're going towards. They're going to use that story, and I think it might be partially just so they can leave out the whole apocalypse, dark side, that whole part of it, mother boxes, all of that, is essentially put aside. So they don't have to worry about that. He's literally just a cyborg, is what it seems like. And that actually makes a lot of sense to me, too. Even more so that he would be on the team then. He's literally a cyborg because he needs it to live. It's not because he was merged with the machinery in the accident. It was more of a, to help him survive after the accident. It's like a very elaborate wheelchair if you think about it, but it also makes him have extra abilities he would never have as unaltered human. So I'm pretty hyped for it. There's been 2 episodes. I haven't gotten to see them yet, but in the second episode, apparently, Cyborg undergoes a psychic attack, and he's thrown back in his mind. And this is how we find out the backstory, is he has a flashback, and he sees actually when his mother is killed and when he has his fatal injury. So this is very similar to the original origin, not the New 52 52 origin. So, you know, a lot of people are throwing shade at this show, but I've only really seen good things, and I'm honestly really happy that they used the original team with Robot Man and Elastic Girl and Negative Man. So I think it's pretty cool. Those guys and Cyborg together make a really good team. So let me know what you guys think. Have you seen these episodes yet? And if so, how do you feel? Do you think this guy, this Phil Morris, do you think he makes a good Cyborg? Or does he not work for you? Alright, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Be sure to check me out on Patreon if you haven't to have exclusive content. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. And as always, thank you for watching and being a part of DC Fans United.
End of line.